Hi, my name is Anna Kelly, Enterprise Customer Success Manager at Revenue.io. I work with a lot of sales leaders who run into challenges where their reps maybe aren't adhering to compliance requirements the way that they should be. Today, I'm going to show you an example of how to create a moments notification to help ensure that reps are adhering to those really important compliance regulations. You'll notice that I'm already in Moments from Admin Console on Revenue.io. I'm going to go ahead and click on this Create Notification, and we're going to go ahead and create a notification from scratch. For a name, we're going to type Recording Reminder. Nice and straightforward. This could be anything, though. If there are certain no-no words that reps shouldn't say, for example, we work with a lot of companies in the education space where they cannot promise an education, right, or promise a job after an education. There's a lot of ways to get creative with this. In this case, we're just going to do a recording reminder. Notification targeting is going to define who we actually want this notification to go to. In this case, we're going to say all users. This is an important one, but in an event that maybe you have different compliance requirements by segment, maybe you're only targeting teams or specific users who have maybe shown that they don't consistently comply. Triggering criteria is going to define what needs to be true in order for this notification to fire. I recommend for most compliance notifications to either organize this based on phrases or based on time. A time-based requirement means that no matter how much time has passed, this is going to trigger. So for something like recordings, this might be 5 seconds. Now, to show you a more specific example, I'm going to keep this on phrases, and we're going to type in a few. So we're going to say recording, recorded, calling you on, and recorded line. All right, so you'll notice that I typed really similar variations of kind of the same thing. It's important when you create a moments notification that you consider the vernacular and how reps might actually say these things in real life. So one rep might say, "Hi, I'm calling you on a recorded line," or another might say, "This call is being recorded for quality assurance." We could even add that in here. Or coaching, right? So some of those keywords that would be mentioned when a rep is actually giving that disclaimer. So those are going to be our keywords for now. And phrase match. So we're going to do when these are not mentioned after, we'll give them a few seconds. We'll say after 15 seconds, if they have not said these words, then trigger the notification. And we want to make sure that it is being mentioned by the agent. That is most critical. So we have our criteria built. Now we get to say what we want to be true. So I did actually already create a recorded line reminder. I'm going to go ahead and create a new one for the sake of this demonstration. And so we're going to title it. I like this to be really similar to the actual notification. One thing to keep in mind is content is separate from notifications so that you can reuse it. So keep that in mind that this can be reused. The category for this, I'm going to go ahead and choose policy. There's different categories, so if you want best practice notifications or you want to filter by these things in the future, you can keep that relevant. So anything related to compliance or adherence, I recommend using policy. And we're going to make this an alert. This is going to show up red in their dialer. This is going to be important. And in the content, we're going to say, make sure you announce that this call is being recorded for quality assurance. So now your rep in their dialer, they will see this bad boy to remind them that they're calling on a recorded line and that they need to inform their client. We're going to hit save and continue on. Now, for most alerts around compliance, I don't necessarily recommend Salesforce scenarios. They can be used though. So again, if you maybe wanted to create notifications that only apply to specific industries or verticals, this gives you a mechanism to control that using Salesforce data. In this case, recorded line is going to be a blanket statement. So we're going to just leave this as every single person who calls, if it's not said in 15 seconds, we're sending that notification. And lastly, we're going to enable it. So now as soon as reps start making calls, they will see this notification within 15 seconds. And again, this is what it's going to look like in their dialer. Now, one great thing about a compliance notification like this, where it's based on phrases not being mentioned and it's an alert type notification, is once a rep actually does the desired behavior, it's going to go away on its own. So it won't actually require the rep to close it out or acknowledge it in any way beyond saying the required language. This is an amazing feature that any company can use to help reps adhere to compliance needs. In fact, we have one customer who reduced their exposure to compliance violation by $11.7 million per month just by reminding reps when they forgot to mention calls were being recorded. I hope that this notification example helped. For more examples of best practices and other solutions presented by Revenue.io, check out our support site at support.revenue.io.